A burnt-out grad student wakes up in a hospital bed with bandages on his head, a face he doesn't recognize, and absolutely zero memory of signing up for any of this. The doctor is asking questions. Mom is crying. And our guy is lying there doing the math. Because based on the faint memories bubbling up over the next 2 days, the situation is exactly as weird as it looks. He's transmigrated. The original owner of this body is Kim Yoo-sung. Ordinary middle schooler, second-gen Korean living in Japan, was knocked unconscious in a car accident. The grad student who burned alive in a lab fire is now riding shotgun in a 13-year-old's body. That's the situation. In the car ride home, he's already running the numbers. The original Yoo-sung is gone. The possession hasn't reversed itself, and nobody noticed anything off. His mom tells him to rest up as he walks upstairs. He opens the bedroom door and gets hit by something far more disturbing than any of this. The room is wall-to-wall anime figurines. Every surface, every shelf, floor to ceiling. He sighs and sits down. If he's going to pull this off, he needs to act like Yoo-sung. But he doesn't know anything about this kind of stuff. He clocks a poster on the wall. The character looks suspiciously like the face he's now wearing. Kim Yoo-sung, you were living like this. He starts going through the manga collection just to understand who he's supposed to be. Fighting, action fantasy, cooking, rom-coms. The guy had range. Then one cover catches his eye. Super strong level up with a novel Only I Know, Volume 1. He stares at the cringe artwork for a moment. Then picks up another book nearby and something clicks. He's seen a character like this before. A shonen manga. 10 million copies sold. Classic rom-com formula executed perfectly, universally praised, until the final volume, when a childhood friend ending out of nowhere set the entire internet on fire. He remembers the posts. This book looks like it's from the same vein. He figures, why not? He cannot stop reading, stays up the entire night. Next morning finds him in the restaurant downstairs, manga still in hand. His mom asks him to cover the counter if customers come in, and Yoo-sung, in full character, gives her the most cringy in-universe response he can manage. She loves it. Buys it completely. He stares at his hands after she walks off. He cannot believe that worked. Kim Yoo-sung, what were you out here doing? Still, being the son of a Korean BBQ restaurant owner is genuinely great for protein intake, so it's not all bad. 2 customers walk in and he goes to take their order. He looks at them. Something nags at the back of his mind. Where has he seen these 2 before? The girl is clingy and keeps calling the guy Ryuji. And the second our guy clocks the name, it hits him like a truck. Ryuji Sakamoto. That's the protagonist. From Scramble Love. The exact manga he was just thinking about. He goes very still. This isn't just a normal transmigration, he's been dropped inside a book. The panic is immediate and reasonable. The slightly bigger problem, he never actually read Scramble Love. Everything he knows came from spoilers he scrolled past online. He has no advantage at all, no insider knowledge, no roadmap, but he catches himself. Breathe, think, this is a rom-com, the world isn't going to explode. As long as he avoids the protagonist and doesn't get tangled up in the main plot, he can live a completely normal life as a background character. So that's the plan. He commits to it fully. He reads every book in Yoo-sung's room to rebuild the personality. Deliberately picks a private high school far from his original district. Enters as the top student and locks in a full scholarship. Joins the student council. Uses puberty as cover to overhaul the entire act. Months go by. The possession never undoes itself. Sitting at his desk, staring at the ceiling. All right. He's going to have to adapt. What does an extra need to survive an uncertain future? Studying, stocks, saving up. He doesn't have the cash for stocks yet, but working out, that's got a clear cause and effect. Progress you can actually see. Grad student brain recognizes the feedback loop immediately. He joins a gym. Then he gets obsessed. Fully, embarrassingly, beautifully obsessed. Turns out lifting weights scratches the exact same itch as academic research. Measurable output, visible results, direct effort to reward ratio. He's cooked and he loves it. Time passes. He walks into his new high school on the first day of sophomore year, and the hallway parts like the Red Sea. Girls are blushing, guys are stepping aside. He checks the class list, turns to ask a nearby student which room is which, and then the camera pulls back, and we realize the person he was looking at was never the focus. The focus is him. Kim Yoo-sung, extra, survivor, former grad student, now built like he walked straight out of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and starting his second year like it's nothing. So our boy is standing outside the school building, genuinely a little surprised it's already sophomore year. The past few months disappeared into an absolutely unhinged bulk up, which he insists was purely strategic self-preservation. Bro, who exactly are you protecting yourself from? Monsters. His justification. This is the world of a manga. Aliens, ghosts, yakuza popping out of nowhere, that's just everyday life in rom-coms. He clenches his fist. This is preparation for an uncertain future. It is definitely not because he got addicted to watching the numbers go up. He starts walking to class. He finds his classroom. 2B opens the door and freezes. Sitting right there is Sakamoto Ryuji, rom-com protagonist, and his childhood friend / main heroine, having a perfectly cheerful conversation like they own the place. Our guy chose a school across town specifically to avoid this man. He should have just gone somewhere nearby. If he gets pulled into this mess, his peaceful school life is over. He sits down quietly and catches Ryuji mid-complaint. Lost his wallet, bumped into some random girl on the street this morning. Our boy's brain starts connecting dots. Before he can finish the thought, the classroom door swings open and the teacher walks in. There's a transfer student. The class perks up. A girl walks in and the room practically holds its breath. Gorgeous, clearly a foreigner, commanding the kind of attention that only happens in chapter 2 of a story. She introduces herself. Kishimoto Rika, freshly arrived from Shizuoka, loves cats, sweets, and natto soup. Very normal person. Extremely suspicious timing. Our guy in the back immediately knows exactly what this is. Being in the same class as the protagonist means a main heroine was always going to transfer in. That's just how this works. The teacher goes to assign her a seat, and Rika just points at the empty desk sandwiched between our boy and Sakamoto, as if she owns the narrative. She sits down, clocks Ryuji, and the two of them immediately recognize each other as the people who collided on the street this morning. He calls her the violent girl, she calls him a pervert. The teacher thinks it's great that they already know each other, and it's a whole thing. Rika drops Ryuji's waltz on his desk, shoots him a glare, and settles in. Our boy, sitting right beside all of this, is already mentally filling out a transfer request. 2 more years of this. Class happens. Ends. His friend Satoru swings by to borrow a manga magazine. Of course our guy has one. He's been reading obsessively since freshman year, and he will not stop now. But he does have a very compelling in-universe reason for it. Understanding rom-com tropes is essentially field research. If he knows how the genre behaves, he can predict the plot and protect his extra status. Bro has genuinely read over 100 rom-coms, just for survival. Totally normal. Out of nowhere, Ryuji grabs Rika's hand and pulls her aside. He wants to talk about the accident this morning. Rika agrees and they slip out. Satoru clocks it immediately. Our boy's response is that he needs to take a dump. He gets up and walks into the hallway. The effect of walking down the hallway is something else entirely. Students scatter. People are whispering that he's the successor of some ancient assassination art, that the Tojo clan tried to recruit him. He's 17. He did some squats. Disappointed, but at least the hallway is easy to navigate. He follows the rom-com logic to its obvious conclusion. A private conversation between 2 main characters can only happen in one place, the school backyard. He gets there. Ryuji is already standing in front of Rika, looking incredibly serious for a high schooler. Bro, what is this blondie already confessing? He's not confessing. He's bowing. Full palm press apology for the morning incident. Our boy, watching from the bushes, cannot believe he is watching a real human being do that pose unironically. He really is a rom-com protagonist. Rika stares at Ryuji for a moment, then starts laughing. He looks completely thrown off. She tells him she's not mad, it was an accident, and she's not the type to hold on to something like that. Ryuji gets flustered trying to understand why she was acting so cold in class then, and she just grins. His shocked face was too fun to pass up. Our boy, face deep in a bush, has run out of things to say. He processes what he's watching. Kishimoto Rika, cheerful personality, popularity ranked #1, having her textbook first meeting event with the male lead. Classic. He clocks it all like an analyst watching film tape. Then someone taps him from behind. A girl with a hand fan and the energy of ancient royalty is standing right there. She wants to know what the secretary of the Great Student Council is doing crouching in the garden like a gremlin, hopefully not spying on schoolgirls. This is Saionji Kumiko, descendant of a prestigious Kyoto noble family, student council president, possessor of suspiciously vast institutional power. Classic villainous archetype on paper, but in practice, she falls outside the main plot. A sub-heroine at best, a rival gag character if the author is being mean. Either way, she's inevitably going to end up orbiting the protagonist at some point. Sub-heroines always do. He holds up a large tree branch. He was looking at this, for the student council room, decorative purposes. She stares at it, somehow buys it completely. Takes the branch from him, goes slightly pink, and announces that since the secretary picked it out, she will display it in the room out of respect for his effort. Our boy is genuinely astonished that worked. He also completely missed why she actually accepted it because he is a gym brain disaster and there is no use cursing him about it. She invites him to lunch with the student council to build rapport, very graciously granting him the opportunity to join, naturally, and mentions the cafeteria. He gently points out the cafeteria probably doesn't serve anything suitable for her. She scoffs. Did he really think she was ignorant of commoner food? She had the spicy pork rice bowl at his family's restaurant and it was perfectly decent. He apologizes internally. The cafeteria doesn't have that. It has gyudon. She pauses. Gyudon. She has heard that word before. She does not like it. The name alone sounds vulgar. Then Rika's voice cuts in somewhere. She's apparently standing nearby now, equally horrified about having to eat gyudon because of course she is. Before the gyudon debate can reach its natural conclusion, another figure arrives. Akagi Shinjiro, student council vice president, Kumiko's loyal retainer since approximately the beginning of time, adjusting his glasses like a man with a personal grudge. He has been looking for Kumiko everywhere. Her steak is getting cold. He sees our boy standing next to her, and the switch flips immediately. He has had enough of this insolent brat neglecting his duties. Kumiko hasn't shown her face in the council room. She's been wandering around. She skipped meals. Kumiko turns about 7 shades of pink and starts yelling. She never said she was sad. That is not what happened. No one asked him to say any of that. Akagi is not listening. He is prepared to die for the Saionji family and he will not tolerate this. Kumiko grabs him by the collar and starts dragging him away, apologizing through gritted teeth, telling our boy they'll reschedule lunch. Akagi keeps yelling over his shoulder. If Kim Yu-sung makes Milady sad again, the Akagi family will. Our boy stands there in the empty garden, holding nothing. He has absolutely no idea what just happened. After school, subway station. Our boy is standing at the platform like a landmark. Everyone around him looks like they're in a different scale. He turns the events over in his head. The main characters had their first real encounter today, which means Scramble Love has officially kicked off. His bulk means everyone keeps their distance naturally. As long as he stays quiet, Ryuji won't come near him. Size is king whether you're in Korea or Japan. He is genuinely glad he put in the work. The woman beside him is quietly terrified and wondering if he's a mobster. 10 minutes until the train. He grabs a soda from the vending machine and starts mentally congratulating himself. Everything is going smoothly. The story is running on its own. He just has to be an extra and something pinches him. He turns around. It's Kishimoto Rika, beaming at him, glad she ran into him. She needs help getting home. She's clinging to his arm, holding her phone out like he's a human GPS, and she is very relieved to have found him. He looks at her and asks the obvious question, how does she even know his name? She points at his name tag. He stares at it. She laughs. He completely forgot name tags were a thing, which is a staggering oversight for a man who planned everything else to this level of detail. Rika tells him she knew he was a good person right from the start. He asks what that means. She explains. In class, he gives off a completely bizarre vibe, so how could she not notice? There are rumors about him fighting 50 bikers. The Yakuza apparently tried to recruit him, but watching him pay attention during lessons made her curious about what he was actually like. And now here he is, being perfectly nice to her on first meeting. Internally, our boy is in crisis mode. He is already tangled up with one of the main heroines. He forgot about name tags. This is a catastrophic error. He briefly considers flexing at her until she runs away. She calls his name again because he's spaced out, apologizes. Then she tells him that the rest of the class might not get it yet, but she thinks they'll come around eventually. He might look intimidating, but she can tell he's kind. She'll be his friend until then. He stares at her. The glow around her is not metaphorical. Her popularity rank being number 1 suddenly makes complete sense. With a personality like that, it wouldn't matter if he looked normal or like a mob boss. Avoidance was never going to work. He lets it go. He's still playing the extra. He accepts the friendship offer. Rika agrees to it while being internally somewhat terrified of him, which is fair. Then she remembers she still needs to get home. He checks the address. Seijo. Wealthy neighborhood, luxury homes. He files that away as a mystery for later. Turns out it's only 2 stops past his own station, so he tells her to just ride with him. She's extremely excited about this. Calls it fate. Our boy panics a little on the inside. She's supposed to be fated with Ryuji, not him. He makes a quick calculation. He never read the source material. Spoilers are not the same as strategy. The most reliable way to keep tabs on the plot without getting swept up in it is to stay close to Rika and gather intel directly. If things between her and Ryuji start going sideways, he can nudge them back on track. Or, alternatively, he could threaten Sakamoto until he starts cooperating. He keeps that thought to himself. He offers her a drink instead. She takes a Coke and is visibly delighted. He notices. She explains she hasn't had one in a while. Modeling requires watching her figure. She pulls out her phone and shows him her fashion magazine work. He looks at the photos, looks at her, back at the photos, tells her she looks different in person. Is it the makeup? She is instantly furious. The train arrives, they get on. The entire train car shifts away from them. People are not making eye contact. Someone whispers that he is definitely Yakuza. Someone else tells them to stop talking before he hears. Rika watches the parting crowd and calls it a perk. He is not enjoying this perk. She doesn't actually know the route home, so he walks her through it. She struggles to keep up with his pace, but she's trying. His stop comes up. 2 more to hers. He gets off. She thanks him. Then right as the doors are about to close, she leans out the window and tells him she'll see him tomorrow. The train pulls away. Our boy watches it go, just stands there on the platform. Why? Next day, lunchtime. Our boy is parked by the trash area, mid-meal, completely unbothered, until Rika finds him and immediately starts tearing up. Has he been eating alone here every single day? He explains that eating in the classroom makes people uncomfortable. He prefers the quiet. He even throws her own words back at her. She's the one who said his classmates just need time to see the real him, so he's being patient. Rika, still sniffling, tells him he's not alone anymore. Then she clocks his lunchbox. It's gimbap. She has never seen it outside of K-dramas, and she needs to try one immediately. Here we go, another K-drama obsessed girl. He says yes. She cheers up very, very fast. He notices. She clocks that he noticed. Reminds him she's not just here for the gimbap in case he was wondering. He tells her he can't bring it every single day. She looks personally offended. They eat. Over the next few days, this turns into a habit. Rika is easier company than expected, more cheerful than her archetype usually runs, no awkwardness, naturally funny. He starts to understand why she topped the popularity polls. She tastes a piece of his lunch and loses her mind about it. His family's Korean BBQ restaurant being the real deal and all that. She asks him to tell his mother she loved it, which is very sweet. Then offers him some of her dashimaki tamago as a trade. He takes a bite and deeply regrets it. Someone put what appears to be an entire bag of sugar into this egg roll. He asks how much she used. She says a reasonable amount. He stares at her. He announces, with full conviction, that he will personally teach her a zero-sugar Korean egg roll recipe before this continues. She tells him his taste buds are strange and then, in the same breath, says everyone has quirks. This conversation is cut short by a sharp whistle. They look up. Saionji Kumiko is standing there with a stick pointed directly at his face, declaring that improper heterosexual relationships on school grounds will not be tolerated under her watch. Not today. Not ever. Our boy is genuinely confused. Then Akagi steps in with his full chest. A boy and a girl eating lunch alone in a secluded location is an improper relationship by definition. He is extremely serious about this. Rika watches the whole thing with wide eyes. Kumiko eventually notices her staring and asks who she is. Rika lights up and says, "Oh, the Dark Student Council president." She's heard about the black uniform. Seeing it in person, she absolutely gets why they call her that. Kumiko flatlines. She launches into an explanation about dignity in the student council. Rika tells her everyone says it's cosplay, but confidence is what matters. Kumiko nearly expires from secondhand embarrassment. She announces she will retreat for today, points her fan at Rika, says she'll be back, and bolts. The two of them sit there watching her go. Later in the afternoon, Rika finds our boy still at his desk looking at club brochures. She leans forward and asks if he wants to do club trials together after school. He thinks about it for a second, stands up, and says, "Let's go now." She asks where first. He tells her he's planning to visit every single sports club. She stares at him. Why every single one? He smiles. Not the warm kind. He wants to see exactly how far his strength can take him. The football field. Two guys have been hogging the ground for their own entertainment while actual club members stand around getting quietly furious. The captain, 0 to 100 Ryohei, 3rd year, built like an Eiffel Tower, walks up and asks them to clear out. They see his face, remember who he is, and evacuate immediately. His teammate relaxes. The captain sighs, then asks about this year's freshman. Nobody stood out yet. That's a problem. One strong recruit is all it would take to make the national championship a real target, and right now the club just doesn't have the talent. The two guys who just ran away are still fuming around the corner. One of them is thinking about going back. His friend tells him to go ahead alone. They were talking about strength and experience 30 seconds ago, and now they are walking directly into our boy who has just turned the corner. The guy opens his mouth to yell at whoever bumped him, looks up, goes pale. His friend is already running. The first guy follows immediately. Our boy watches them sprint away, completely baffled. Rika, standing beside him, is equally lost. The students behind them start whispering that he dissolved those thugs with a glance. Rika rounds on him and says he can't just go around starting fights. He explains, with real fatigue, that he only looked at them because they spoke to him. She tells him even looking at people can be rude. He is done with this. Down at the field, the captain's teammate spots a figure approaching and nearly has a medical event. It's Kim Yu-shong, walking directly toward them. Rika at his side. This man is walking like Tom Lee stepping up to a fight, and everyone in the vicinity knows it. The teammate starts catastrophizing out loud. He must be here for revenge over those two guys, while the captain stays completely calm. He sizes up our boy, and what he sees isn't aggression, it's potential. Physique like that, at this age, is a national-level body by default. The captain steps forward and introduces himself. Our boy says he's here for a club trial. What should he do? The captain gets a close look. There's barely 10 centimeters of height difference between them, and he suddenly feels very small. Those arms are not fitting in a standard jersey. The captain's brain short-circuits for a moment, and he starts imagining the national championship trophy in his hands. He is really going for it there, homie. Our boy leans in and asks if he's okay. The captain snaps back, explains the trial, stand at the penalty line, kick the ball into the goal as hard as possible. One shot. Our boy takes the information seriously. He has one chance. He goes all out. He channels every squat, every rep, 300 kilograms on the bar back at the gym, into one leg. The stance alone is a disaster warning. He kicks. Nobody sees the ball move. The goal is empty. Everyone slowly turns to find the ball. It is no longer a ball. Its soul has departed. The captain, sweating, asks whether a human being is actually capable of popping a football with their foot. Our boy turns to Rika. Football isn't going to work. What other clubs are nearby? He leaves without apologizing. He doesn't even look back. This is a man on a schedule. Rika follows, delighted. This feels like dojo crushing, she says. It's kind of fun. The captain stands in the background watching them go, realizing with dawning horror that he's planning to do this to every sports club on campus. Word spreads instantly. Kim Yu-song is heading to the basketball club. Is he trying to crush them all? Students start following to watch. Inside the crowd, a purple-haired girl stops, listens, tilts her head. Kim Yu-song. Has he finally started making his move? Basketball club, backboard destroyed on the first dunk. Baseball club, the ball achieved low orbit on the first swing. Tennis club, there is now a hole in the court floor where the ball landed, and nobody can explain the physics. Rika has been keeping score on a bingo card. Our boy asks how many sports clubs are left. She grins, produces glasses from somewhere, nobody knows where, puts them on, and launches into a full statistical briefing complete with data from said bingo card. Track and field, swimming club, kendo club, 3 remaining. She lowers the glasses dramatically and asks if her explanation was perfect. He thanks her but says she didn't need to go that far. Internally, he's wondering where those glasses came from. She offers to guide him wherever he wants to go. He doesn't answer right away. Instead, he asks, out of nowhere, whether she's ever done any acting on top of the modeling. She freezes. Why would he ask that? He says she seems like she'd have a talent for it. Never mind, forget he said anything. She goes full crisis mode. Flustered, twirling her hair, admitting she's done things adjacent to acting, but it's embarrassing to talk about. He immediately regrets opening that door. Before he can course correct, she grabs his hand and starts dragging him toward the kendo club. We're moving on. 3 clubs left. Let's go. He lets it go for now. She's clearly not ready to talk about it today, and getting awkward over it would complicate things. The kendo club entrance has a crowd already gathered. News travels fast at this school. Students part as our boy walks in. Whispers trail behind him. Wrecked several clubs already, planning to take them all. Looks even more terrifying in person. He feels bad for our boy, honestly. A girl inside the club pokes her friend. Weren't you going to interview him? The friend says she's too scared. Rika immediately jumps in. She's his manager. Please direct all interview requests through her. Manager. Then the other door swings open. A girl walks in with intent. She points a kendo sword directly at our boy and announces that his rampage ends here. This is Fuma Yukika, 3rd year, kendo club president, and she has brought her whole chest to this interaction. What an arrogant girl. Kim, I'm asking you personally to wreck this club. The crowd starts cheering. Yukika is so brave, she's so cool, she's not scared at all. Our boy says he just wants to try out the club. She tells him he's got quite the attitude and challenges him to a 1-point match. First valid strike wins. No protective gear since nothing fits him anyway. She waves hers out of fairness. He warns her not to blame him if she gets hurt. She smiles and tells him he won't touch a single strand of her hair. Rika leans over. They're treating him like the villain again. Our boy's expression says he's aware. Yukika silences the crowd. One sharp command and every NPC freezes. This is a private duel. Anyone who interferes gets dealt with first. The energy completely shifts. Even Rika notices it. Different caliber entirely from the other clubs. Our boy tells Rika to wait outside. She says good luck and admits she'd probably get scolded if she went in. Inside the training hall, it's just the 2 of them. Why does everyone treat this man like a criminal? Yukika comes in fast, striking from every angle, and our boy is blocking everything clean. She talks while she fights. He's good for a thug, but raw strength doesn't hold up against trained technique. Then she shifts her footwork, changes direction, and he's a half-second late. The sword flies out of his hand. She's already setting up the finish. Fool, she says. He couldn't read a basic feint. She lunges to close it out. And he smiles. Not a nervous smile, something else entirely. He catches the sword mid-air. She backs off hard. The pressure coming off him is not normal. She recalibrates in real time. She underestimated him, and if this drags out, she's the one in danger, she calls it. Next strike ends it. She loads her family's secret technique, the Fuma clan's evil slaying slash, and launches herself at him. He doesn't dodge, he takes it. She's already celebrating internally. The secret technique has never failed in training. Not once, not against anyone. His villainy ends here. She doesn't notice her sword has cracked. The broken piece ricochets and hits her at full force. She hits the ground. As she goes down, she tries to figure out what just happened. Hidden weapon. No, she would have sensed it. It was her own technique. His body just didn't break the way it was supposed to, so physics sent it back. Our boy is standing exactly where he was. She loses consciousness. Next morning, the classroom is already buzzing. Kim Yu-song crushed every sports club. The kendo club got it worst. The captain is in the hospital. Did he do this to take over the school? Does this make him rank number 1 now? He's sitting in the back listening to all of it. He just wanted to find a club to join. He didn't realize he'd become this strong. Is this what rom-com plot armor feels like from the inside? He watches Ryuji across the room, still acting completely normal, clearly not tangled up in any of this. That's ideal. Ryuji runs his storyline, our boy runs his. An extra's life is not so bad. Rika walks in and greets him cheerfully. He greets her back. Before they can settle in, the classroom door slams open. A girl storms in looking for Sakamoto Ryuji. Students whisper, "That's Tojo Karen from the kendo club." She marches up to Ryuji and tells him she visited her freshman in the hospital yesterday and she heard everything. The confrontation escalates fast until Ryuji's childhood friend steps between them and delivers the full story. The kendo freshmen were the ones who approached her, tried to force her into an alleyway, and Ryuji was the one who stepped in. Now that she knows the truth, she can go back and discipline her own people. Before the childhood friend can finish the sentence, the tomboy processes the information, points directly at Ryuji, and proposes to him on the spot. She will make him the happiest man alive. The childhood friend nearly passes out. Our boy watches this with genuine awe. A confession attack in the middle of a confrontation is something else. The war between female leads has officially begun. Rika, sitting right next to him, is completely starstruck. She finds the whole thing incredibly cool. The classroom has split into factions. Half the boys are debating who Ryuji should choose, childhood friend for the warmth and the vibe, or the tomboy for the guard dog, but puppy for you energy. Our boy is in the background doing an actual threat assessment. Rika pokes him and asks who he thinks Ryuji will end up with. Straight face, honest shrug. She calls him no fun. He doesn't disagree. Internally, he already knows. If this follows the original story, it's the childhood friend. But Rika leans in and tells him she already knows the answer too. Confidence at maximum. Her prediction, Ryuji ends up with the tomboy, but only if she gives her the right relationship advice first. He stares at her. She's an expert love counselor, she explains. People line up for her advice. He points out that the tomboy doesn't even know she exists. Rika deflates for approximately 4 seconds, then rallies. She knows she could help if she'd just ask. She's a professional busybody, and this city is not ready for her. Next morning, the tomboy is already parked in their classroom trying to coerce Ryuji into plans for the weekend, framing the meal together as an apology for the misunderstanding, which his friend immediately identifies correctly as just a date. Meanwhile, the boys in the back are crying about the fact that it's always Sakamoto. His friend drops another piece of intel. Karen Tojo is the daughter of the Donsong clan boss, Yakuza, controls the entire Kanto region. Our boy sits with this for a moment. In a normal world, concerning. In a rom-com, completely standard Tuesday behavior. He's already isekai'd inside a manga. Of course, the tomboy has Yakuza family. He's almost impressed it took this long. The tomboy pursuit of Ryuji continues at a pace that can only be described as relentless. In class. In the changing room. Allegedly, the boys' restroom. Ryuji is having a slow psychological breakdown. Cafeteria, lunchtime. Rika sits across from our boy, all sunshine as usual. She calls him Ryu-chan now, apparently that's happening, and asks what he's doing for Golden Week. He says he'll probably help out at the restaurant. She asks if he wants to come over to her place. He stiffens. She has manga, a lot of them. Her dad's collection is basically a private manga cafe. Something shifts in our boy's expression, a rare moment. He looks genuinely happy. He's in. He'll call when he's free. Then he notices Rika's lunch situation. She's thin but eating enormous amounts, and she explains that she's just built that way. Everything goes straight to her chest, she says, and points accordingly. He looks. She screams pervert. She was literally the one who said that. Before either of them can recover, the tomboy drops into a seat at their table. Rika locks onto this like a missile. Our boy tries to stop her, but it's already over. She introduces herself to the tomboy, announces she can help with whatever's been on her mind lately, and the tomboy goes, wait, Kishimoto, the famous love counselor. She knows the name. She has apparently been thinking about reaching out. She just couldn't say the words. Rika keeps encouraging her until she finally blurts it out. She wants relationship advice. The tomboy, Yakuza heir, kendo club captain, is blushing about asking a stranger for dating tips. That evening, our boy walks home processing everything. The flashback confirms it. Rika has organized a full meetup for all three of them the next day after school. He'd been included in this plan without being asked. He was going to be there to provide a male perspective, apparently. He passes his gym, tells himself not to overthink it. Focus on the workout. He walks in and finds every guy inside training with unusual intensity. He looks around trying to figure out why. Someone calls his name from behind. He turns around. It's Yukika. He asks what she's doing here. She tells him club activities alone weren't giving her enough of a workout. She's just discovered this gym recently, completely coincidental, had no idea he trained here. Our boy laughs awkwardly because now the reason every guy in the building suddenly decided to work with military focus is very obvious. He looks at her for a moment. She is genuinely very pretty. He mentions he didn't know she lived nearby. She clears her throat. She moved recently. Before anything else can happen, the gym director, Nakayama Yujiro, let's call him Yujiro Hanma because the energy is right, appears from behind them and declares that from now on, Kim will be showing Miss Fuma the ropes. Schoolmates, more comfortable that way, makes sense, right? Then he leans in and tells our boy quietly that she probably came because she likes him. Good luck. Then walks away. Our boy stands there scratching his head. He has definitely got the wrong idea. Shortly after, our boy walks to the squat rack and Yujiro loads it to 220 kilograms to start light. Yukika looks horrified. That's light. He gets under the bar and moves it like it's nothing. Yujiro immediately bumps it to 270. 5 full sets. Yukika cannot speak for several seconds. Yujiro beams like a proud father. He's never seen anything like this kid in 20 years of the industry. Yukika, watching quietly, is doing her own assessment, and it goes deeper than impressed. The physique she's looking at doesn't come from training alone. Not at this age, not like this. She runs through everything she felt in their match. The impact that bounced her own technique back at her, the pressure before he caught the sword, the complete absence of any weak point she could identify. She knows what this is. Extreme, yang physique. A constitution born with the vitality of 100 people. The kind of body that legends are built around. She's certain because she's faced him. She needs to report this to that person. Who is that person? Is she also a mob boss's daughter? Genuinely asking. The next morning. Not the gym, the Tojo family home. Our boy and Rika are walking in behind the tomboy, past rows of men bowing in deference. Our boy is internally begging for context. Is this the Yakuza? Why is Rika not even blinking? Is this just normal here? He is a man who got isekai'd into a manga and he will never fully adapt to this world's baseline. One of the guards clocks him immediately, sweating, pointing, absolutely convinced he is a spy from a rival organization. The tomboy yells at him. The guard says there is no way that face belongs to a high schooler and he is not wrong. Inside the kitchen, the tomboy apologizes for her people. Our boy says he's used to it, then tries to excuse himself. He's not sure what he can contribute to relationship advice. Rika shoots that down instantly. She needs a male perspective, and he is providing it whether he wants to or not. The plan is cooking. Make Ryuji a handmade bento. Express your feelings through food. Trust the love expert. The tomboy is skeptical but listening. Our boy sits in the back being deeply uncertain about all of this. The cooking session is an absolute disaster behind the scenes, but somehow the bento gets made. The tomboy holds it and stares at it like she built the pyramids. Rika claps, then her stomach growls. Our boy offers to cook dinner. He goes full precision mode. Fried rice, seasoned correctly, served properly. The girls eat and immediately forget every other food has ever existed. Rika asks since when he's been this good. He tells her he started making his own bento in the second semester of freshman year because watching his mom wake up at dawn for it made him feel guilty. He struggled at first but figured it out. Rika starts crying. Then she pulls out a bag of skincare products she bought for the tomboy yesterday. Full routine written out, everything she needs. When they're done here, they're going clothes shopping too, because the gym jersey over the school uniform look is, she's just gonna say it, very old man energy. The tomboy looks like she's been told her house burnt down. Our boy quietly agrees. Rika drags the tomboy off to do makeup and tells our boy to wait. He points out she just said a male perspective was important. She tells him watching a woman's transformation is a crime. He sits alone and thinks about that. Later, walking home, Rika says she really hopes the tomboy gets that date. Our boy stops at a convenience store. He needs this week's manga. Rika follows immediately, picks up her own magazine, and they chat in the aisle. He tells her she's a good person. She starts going red, really red. Then she announces it's getting late, pays, and sprints out of the store. He watches the door swing shut. Internally, he wonders if it was a sudden urge to poop. This man is genuinely the worst. The next day in the hallway, every boy's head swivels toward the same person. There's a girl walking to class who nobody can quite place at first. Quietly stunning, completely different energy. She walks into 2B, pulls a letter out, and hands it directly to Ryuji. A challenge letter. There's somewhere he's going with her this weekend. He squints at her. Tries to figure out who she is. It's the tomboy. Kishimoto Rika really cooked on that one. And that's a wrap, homies. Hope you enjoyed the ride. Drop your thoughts below and hit subscribe for more spicy recaps. Till next time, sayonara.